you niggas, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe, nigga. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight, baby. You already know what it is. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Pardon me while I get my beat started. I think I'm feeling like some jazz. Let me see. There we go. Feel like some jazz. There we go. Yes. It is 90 degrees in New York right now. I'm mad as hell. Summer breeze makes me feel fine. Looking ass. There's no breeze. This is ridiculous. Who we got in the building? Pablo Escobar. Adrian Vett. Chi-Town's finest. Salute. What up, bro? How you feel? Tremaine Callahan. Mansa Musa Lifestyle. King Jr. Vince, what up, bro? DOG. Yup, we're going to get into all of it. Cortez, what up? Jave, my brother, what's good? Black Alpha, Main Event Mark, my brother. Woo, just jumped on me crazy. Hard win, salute. Young World, Mahari, Sports Nation, and Podcast. Yes, sir. I'm going to give him a salute. Aaron Parker, CB Sports, my brother Carl Burrell in the building. Antonio, MMA, salute. Brandon Shamar, Alfred, my brother Steve Elder, Mac. Vince Williams, salute. Hamza S in the building. MP, what the fuck? Salute. Jumping. TZ Frank, Man Down. Bruce Gass in the building. Don Shotta. Shamar, what's good? Andrew 100. Darius Ewing. Curtis Price. Lord have mercy. It is hot. So
that's how I like it.
That's how you like it. Salute, man, ladies and gentlemen. Freddie Pendleton on the line. You already know what it is. The fearless one, Freddie. How you doing, Freddie?
I'm good.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Oh, man. So, H-Town, salute. It's hot as hell. I was in the gym. Yo, let me tell you what happened to me at the gym, right? ATL Unanimous Boxing, salute. What up? Young Merv, what up? So I'm in the gym, right? I'm on the treadmill, right? So when I'm done with my mile, I sprint like the last lap. I'm sprinting. The goddamn treadmill just stopped. I dart forward, hit the damn machine. It does an endo. Almost do a front flip over the. I'm ready to sue everything. I'm mad as hell. Phenomenal Mexican, salute. Mad as hell. I was like, what the fuck? What kind of life just had? What is this? Man, gym accidents are never good. That's some frack-a-lack of bull, man. I was mad as hell, man.
Yeah, that's bull crap. Something like that, that's ridiculous.
That shit was stupid. I was mad as hell. Now, it's all right. It was funny. It was funny because I ain't get hurt. But had I been thinking, we live in an era where people think it's more lucrative to get a lawsuit going than to actually, work a real job, real 9 to 5. But,
Right.
I was like, no harm, no foul. It's whatever. Jamal Davis, salute. How the shit just gonna stop? It just stopped. It didn't slow down. The shit just stopped. Bless you.
Right.
That shit was crazy.
Thanks.
I could have died, y'all. I could have died. It's crazy, man. I was like, yo, what the fuck? Feet in the air, like, yo, what the fuck? People was like, yo, what's that? Had an attitude. Let's roll. What up? Oh yeah, I could have gotten hurt real bad. So I told somebody, they came upstairs and unplugged it. So it's like, whatever, man.
Yeah, thank God nothing serious happened.
Yeah. Man, listen. My man, Phenomenal Mexican says Lori Harvey is getting targeted for being fat phobic. What does that even? What does that even mean? Being fat phobic?
Exactly.
That's good, man. Man, A1 Hoops on salute. Yeah, I know Bruce Gas, man. Look, oh, man, but that's crazy. Treadmills aren't supposed to just stop, and the fucker was still on too. It just stopped. So for the rest of the summer, I think I'll just be jogging outside. But today it was 93 degrees. I was not ready.
Yeah, I love the hot weather, bro. I mean, I love the hot weather.
I mean, I love it, but I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for it. Cono Loco in the building.
Mm-hmm.
So about last night. Let's talk about Mr. David Benavidez and how Canelo is a coward. He's ducking him. All right, let me just spin this video for y'all real quick, man. I was hard at work because this is funny. But it's true. You know what makes a joke funny? When there's some truth behind it. It can be a little exaggerated, but is this exaggerated? Pay attention, y'all.
First thing that comes to Canelo's mind when I say Triple G.
Great fighter.
Ooh, okay. Who upsets you more right now, Demetrius Andrade or Caleb Plant?
Caleb Plant.
Okay. Which fight is more realistic that you could see yourself fighting next, David Benavidez or Jamal Charlo?
Charlo.
Pound for pound, the best fighter walking right now on the planet. Is it Terrence Bud Crawford? Is it Tyson Fury? Is it Alexander Usyk? Or is it Canelo Alvarez?
Canelo Alvarez.
All the guys he names is joke.
Man, Jay Grant, salute. MJ Total Health and Wellness Enrichment. There you go. The sensei's in the building. Salute, Sensei. How are you?
Hey, man, pardon my tardiness. I was trying to get some things done before airtime. Then I didn't receive the notice on the phone, but when I went to my Gmail to check, I saw you had sent a link a while ago, so I don't know what's happening with that.
No, you know what? My email, one of my emails work. The other one I'm having trouble with. There's something weird happening.
Okay.
One of my emails work and the other one doesn't have. That's why I got like 5 emails. This is like insane. The other one is my main one. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, because I did, I usually would get your notice and I'd be like, oh,
Right.
okay, cool. But this, I had to go look for it and it was there, but
yeah.
Anyway,
there's something going on. So
glad to be here.
No doubt. We got Freddie on the line.
What's up, Freddie? How you doing, brother?
What's going on?
Did you happen to see the video I just played?
Yeah, I was looking at it.
Okay, so now about last night, and there was a lot going on last night. There was a lot going on, but I want to put special emphasis on David Benavidez. I want to give my opinion on what we saw last night. I was very impressed with David. I saw growth in that fight last night. The fight he fought last night he looks different than when he looked like about maybe 3 fights ago. Looked a lot different. You know what I liked? When he got David Lemieux in trouble. All right? He was relaxed, right? And you know how he kept David in trouble? A jab. He kept him in trouble with a jab. I said, yo, and he didn't abandon the body. And I say, what the fuck? Yo, this kid is grown, man. He came in shape. He's taking this thing very, very seriously. I believe everything he says with these call-outs. I'm not mad at him. I want to see him against everybody. All right, if you want to label him the Mexican monster, let's do it. Let's do it. But he look, David is for real, man. David is for real. And Lemieux, let me salute David Lemieux. Because that's how you go out. That's what you call going out on your shield. There was nothing that I saw that he could do to get back in that fight other than, you saw those, every punch he threw was with dangerous intent. Strategically, he couldn't outbox himself. He couldn't box himself back into that fight unless he landed one of those, because David Lemieux is a strong puncher. If he had hit David Benavidez with one of those punches and rocked him, that would have probably turned the tides a little bit. He probably would have been able to get back in the fight. All he had was a puncher's chance. But I'm watching David. I said, he's about to get stopped. But you know what? I respect the hell out of David. I'm sitting there in my living room looking at it like, yo, I got to tip my hat to him. That was like crazy. All he had was those bombs. He was throwing bombs, man. And I said, man, if David gets clipped with one of those, because we all know David Lemieux is a powerful puncher. He didn't land it. David used his height. When David Lemieux closed the distance, Benavidez has an inside game. He has an inside game. I said, look at he showed me a lot in those 3 rounds. He showed me a lot. And I don't want to hear it. David Lemieux is a durable guy. He's getting full credit for this win. That was full credit. I was really impressed with David Benavidez last night. I believe everything he said. There's nothing left for him to do but fight Charlo. All right? All of that reckless eyeballing they do with one another and all that. Look, just fight now. You know why? Because Cinnamon Buns ain't going to fight you. He's not. Cinnamon Buns is not going to fight you. He is not going to fight you. He's not going to fight Jamal Charlo. I wish these guys would stop even saying his name. He already told you how he felt. When you see Canelo, I'm not done with you. I'm going to keep my beef and broccolis on the side of your neck. All right? Because I see right through you. You're like tracing paper. It's paper, but it's not official, really. It's fraudulent. You ever had someone trace something to say they drew it? No, mofo, you traced it. I know what you did, because you're not that good. You're okay, but you're not that good. And I'm about done giving him whatever credit I gave him. Because I sat back and I looked at interviews from him in ES News and with Brian Custer. And I said, wait a minute, I'm not letting this go. The Canelo Man fans running around here with their bullshit rhetoric, I'm not letting any of this go. You have not fought your contemporaries. And last night, I give David Benavidez more of a chance to stop you, especially after what we watched Bivol do to you. The difference is, I think Benavidez, if you lay your ass on those ropes, he's going to come in. He's going to entertain that shit. And I think from what I saw with his height and everything else, I think he's disciplined enough to know what'll be coming back at him. I think these guys have well scouted you. That's why they want to fight you so bad. Triple G, well scouted you. Benavidez, well scouted you. Charlo, Andre, all of those guys scouted you. That's why they want that smoke. And you don't want it. And what you're doing is hiding behind your superstardom. All right. And I have video evidence to prove it. You're hiding behind that crap. And I'm not buying it, dude. You got to show and prove. And I'm going to keep saying this. Your next move better be your best move. Because if you fuck around and lose to Triple G, retire, dude. If you fuck around and lose to Triple G, it's over for you. And I'm not hearing you draining down Bivol to 168. I'm not having that. This guy's in the corner now. Your next move better be your best move. Stormy, what you got on that? But before you get to that, let me read these two super chats. 88 Sports Talking super chat. He said, at one point he hit Lemieux with 9 left uppercuts. Bro, I saw that. That was insane. And salute to my bro, I am Troy Will. He says, salute Drew and Stormy. RIP power to the mighty Batman, LDBC Strong. Word up. Salute to Batman, man. Salute to Batman. Stormy, what you got on that, brother?
Well, first of all, again, an acknowledgement to Batman in his departure, man. RIP to him and condolences to his family. I didn't know him as well as some of the other content creators and brothers out here in the community, but for the time that I did cross paths with him, there was always mutual respect between us and everything. And matter of fact, I had asked you in recent months, I said, hey, he hadn't been on with us in a while, you know, and you were telling me he was training his son and stuff like that. So, you know, it's very gut wrenching when you hear news like that. And, you know, just my heart goes out to his people and in this hard time. You know, you can struggle for words to say because it's all out of respect and you don't want to minimize or diminish anything, but at the same time, you can't imagine what people are going through when they lose, you know, loved ones, close ones, friends, you know, relatives. So all I can say is that may God's hands and grace be around them in this difficult time. You know, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on down there. I shared the article with some of the family. They caught the kid that did it, and I say kid because he's only 20 years old. And when you look at things like that, at first you get enraged, but then when all the emotion is out, I looked at that kid's picture again, and I said, this kid has no clue what he's done. And there was 3 people in the vehicle from what I read, and Batman was the only person that didn't make it. And they hitting him with 2 attempts in a successful attempt. He's never getting out. And I'm willing to bet that it's over bullshit. This ain't nothing that a fight could have handled. This ain't nothing that a mediation, a conversation that could have handled. I'm sure of it. And I was gonna dedicate a whole like stream to it, but it's like talking to that brick wall right behind you, Storm. I'm just like I'll mention it, but I'm like done trying to rationalize with a lot of you niggas. And I'll just say that. Do y'all understand what the monkey videos are about now? Because in case you didn't know, a white person didn't shoot him. Okay? A white person didn't kill Batman. Okay? But a white person did take his ass up to Buffalo in a premeditated assault, and he was taken in alive. Hello, monkeys. Do y'all get it now? Do you understand why I tell you not to say people's name in my chat? Don't I tell y'all, please, I don't give a fuck who's talking about me unless they say my name, my address, and they coming to get me. Because that's something different. I don't care who's talking about me. You're not a part of the solution, you're a part of the problem. Okay? Hello, monkeys. Do y'all get it now? Is that a monkey? Yes. See why I don't entertain the apes? I don't. Let them do it. They're thinking about their bottom line. I'm thinking about growing. A black man tries to grow. A nigga all a nigga does is destroy. Okay? And that's the difference. That's a fundamental difference. Our brother's gone, he's not coming back. I think he had an 8-year-old and a newborn that wasn't even 1 yet, I believe. He had 2 children, man. This is fucking ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I did a lot of thinking, and I said, you know what? I'm not gonna Look, RIP to our brother. You know what I'm saying? I never met him face to face, but I've had a ton of conversations with him. And what sucks is I got out of bed yesterday and I said, man, you know, we getting close to certain fights happening. And I just wanted to have him on the show. And sometimes I call him just to like, yo, what up, man? And I haven't spoken to him in like maybe 2 weeks. Like about 2 weeks. But normally, you know, we had that kind of relationship where I can call him on the phone, be like, yo, what's good? How you doing? And this is another reason why when you get cool with people, man, just reach out and just send them a text now. It's easy. Yo, just checking in. Yo, what's going on? Just checking on you because you never know. You could walk right out that door and something will fall on your head and it'll be over with. Family, call your parents. Just check on people. Just check on them. It's called consideration. It's called family, a village. You see why I don't like going back and forth? There's 1,000 black channels talking about me and everybody else. I refuse. I refuse. When it gets a little out of hand, I might address something. But for the most part, I refuse. Because we're building over here. This is from LDBC went from the Lions Den boxing community to the broadcast community. We're doing big things. All right? And people are so worried about what we do over here that they're missing their own blessings. And this is tragic. This is horrible, man. This summer, I planned on, because I go that way every now and again. I planned on making a pit stop and just chilling with him for a minute on my way to the South. No sooner than I thought it, look what happened. Right before summer officially starts, look what happens. And I saw the picture of this kid, and I looked at the mugshot, and I said, you go from being angry, and then you're like, why'd he do that? And I don't even think it's registering with him until like right now at this moment. Oh my God, I'm never getting out of prison. I'm never going to get married. I'm never going to have a wife. Or he could be stuck on stupid, like, yo, I'm about that life. I did it. Give him about a year. Give him about a year. There's no excuse for that. There's no excuse for that. In self-defense, that's one thing. But when you purposely go out there and do something crazy, that was crazy. That's a form of terrorism. And as a black man, that's genocide. That's the reason why when we talk about police shootings and these shootings, these white supremacists mobilizing on our ass, you always get some smart ass in the background talk about but Chicago and black on black crime. Well, here you go. Because I could talk about neo-Nazis and Klansmen and things that I've seen and been through, and some wise ass, if I open up this chat, some wise ass will come in here and be like, well, what about black on black crime? Guaranteed. As if the Italian mob bullied West Indian communities. The mafia runs their community. Trust me. The Yakuza runs the Japanese community. There's an Albanian mob. They run their community. Isn't that a form of whatever one, whatever crime? So cut the bullshit. Let me read this super chat real quick, man. Don Shada says, salute to Drew and Stormy. Rest in power, Batman. Can't believe this. Benavidez really hurt David. Them uppercuts, man. We need to stop the senseless ish, man. The kid who did this will get karma 100 times over. And you know what karma might be for him? Him turning around year number 50, like, yo, I've been behind these walls all this time. I've missed 50 New Years. I done lost relatives. I could have had a whole family. And one night changed my life. That might be his karma, just sitting there and rotting for the rest of his life. And I don't know what's going on down there. But I know that they just buried their cousin a week prior. Y'all know that? Did y'all know that? They just buried a cousin prior. I don't know what's going on.
Drew, I live here in the suburbs of Chicago. And there's so much killing on a daily basis and shooting on a daily basis that it is almost like reading the weather report. And the thing that I come to realize a few years ago is that one of the reasons why it's so prevalent is because who it's happening to, first of all. But secondly, a lot of it is being gone, it is going, unchallenged with law and authority, because I think there's a tremendous amount of repeat offenders that have never had to, take their penance for what they've done.
Right.
And they've been emboldened by that. But it has to be absolutely mortifying to realize what it means to be a black man, woman, or child, and know that there's a tremendously high percentage of your fate being in the hands of someone that looks like you that you might not even know. Think about that for one moment, people. Someone on a date unmarked, unknown by you, could end your life, and they look just like you. And it could be over the most trivial of things, or mistaken of things, or just simple ignorance. We are the only people here that live our lives on a day in and day out basis contingent on that, and we don't acknowledge it. Because when it goes unacknowledged, that means the chances for it to repeat stay on high. I can't have grudge. I can't have animosity. I can't have angst against you, deeply rooted in whatever my problems may be on a day in and day out basis, and be ready to do something for you as serious as take your life, just because I own a weapon that can make it easy. When you put this together, that monkey video that you play, how you talk about the monkeys all the time and everything, it is crystal freaking clear. But the worst part of it all, you got people out here that see those same videos, hear the same comment, laugh about it, and go out and take part and create the problems of which we're speaking of this evening.
Exactly. And another thing that outsiders try and do is they'll try and call me racist and say that I'm adding to the problem. You don't watch my show. You don't know why I even put those damn clips together. You have no idea. And if you're another ethnicity, you have no comment. You need to shut the fuck up. Yeah, buddy. That's what you need. You need to remain silent. That's what it is. You need to cut that crap out. I know what I'm doing. I'm calling them all out. That's what the monkey clips are about. Ain't no white person did that to Batman. It was a young man, 20 years old, that looked just like us. His life is over. Okay? All right? So don't talk to me about pro-black and this and that. And a nigga get mad at BFTB for BFTB telling him, yo, go to hell, get out of here. When you know you can just turn the goddamn channel off. And y'all know which specific trolls I'm talking about. The people that come in on the bullshit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And that goes with anybody. I don't go anywhere where I'm not wanted. I don't go anywhere where I'm not wanted. And if I see it turning into that, and I'm talking about anything, I just use BFTB as an example. You know what I'm saying? But I've seen people come into the chats in their feelings, and next you know, they fighting with people in the chat, and they talking about pull up. Pull up where? One nigga in California, the other motherfucker's like in Vermont. Pull up where? What are you talking about? How do we get here talking about boxing? How do we get here? Now, I'm gonna get back to boxing. You know, but let this be a reminder, y'all. And to my stalkers, that's what the monkey videos are about. That's what it's about. Instead of monitoring me and what I do, question what the fuck's really going on if you really give a shit about my community, and you don't. So if you don't care, stay out of my face, stay out of our face, stay away from us. Keep talking out of ignorance from the outside. You don't know. You don't know anything about my ethnicity or the black man's struggle in this world any more than I know about whatever the fuck you do. I don't know a yarmulke from a chamichanga. I'm not immersed into anyone else's shit but mine. What's going on in the Ukraine is really bad. All I know is people are dying, and I don't know why it's come to people dropping bombs on people's heads. But am I going over there? No, it's not my business. Salute Don Shouter back in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He says, handle issues with your hands. WPNs should be for self-defense. Only a soft-ass bum would jump to a gun thoughtlessly. Who raised these dudes? Well, Batman's from the Russell family. And I doubt that that kid that shot him would see him with the hands, because he'd have fucked him up. And the only reason why Batman's career didn't take off is because he got shot in the leg. Did y'all know that? You know, who knows, man? But this is sad. It's stupid, and it's upsetting, especially since, you know, I just thought of dude when I woke up that morning. I said, I gotta call my brother, see how he's doing.
Drew, can you highlight my comment that I put in there?
Read that.
Fools rush in where angels fear to tread. That's an old adage. It's been around for generations. It's not in the Bible. So anyone thinking that you can go to the Bible looking for that, that's by a writer by the name of Alexander Pope. But what he said and what he meant when he adopted that mantra, it just simply means foolish people often are reckless, you know, attempting feats that the wise will avoid. And that's basically just doing something without thinking, you know, going out without, and sometimes things are premeditated. So let's just understand that even if the action takes place out of premeditation, such as Buffalo, New York last week, you have to understand that a fool is a fool, and a fool is a fool 24/7, 365. You have to understand that. But too much is now just giving way to people not thinking, people not being put or forced into a position of understanding what their actions or premeditated thought in action may mean. And again, if you look up the definition of fool, it basically means a person who acts unwisely or imprudently or a silly person.
Correct.
Huh? Think about that. Unwisely, imprudently, or a silly person. How old was that young man?
20.
Seems to fit him like a well-tailored suit, right? You out here 20 years old doing those kind of things, but you're doing nothing to make your family proud. You're doing nothing to build on in life, but you're taking away life. You're being a destructive element to the community and society overall. You're a villain,
Yep.
a real villain. And anyone like you who has the same mindset or do the same actions, imprudent. You see, we can't get forward for you sticking your foot out, tripping us. Yeah. See, these things have to be said, man. Because it's obvious that if there were a man involved in their being raised, somebody dropped the ball somewhere.
Yep.
Somebody.
And this is why I always ask, who's raising these kids? There's a generational curse now. There was a long-term plan that's been implemented on us. There's certain things that they used to get away with that they can't do right now, but they've gotten smarter. They've implemented a plan long-term to systematically destroy us from the inside out. And now there's a war amongst each other. There's a war amongst each other. You can probably, and I'm not sure, but you could probably talk to this kid and explain to him why he fucked up and why this is wrong. And he will argue you down and start banging on his chest about some gang shit that you don't even comprehend or understand. But he'll live by that. But he won't live by the Quran. He won't live by the Bible. He won't live by anything that is perceived as righteous. But he'll worship these streets. Why? Probably no father figure, or a father figure he didn't care to know. Probably a single mother who thought she was capable of doing bad all by herself and raising a young man, and this is the result. I'm just saying probably. I don't know. Because some of these motherfuckers come from a two-parent household and they make a choice to do wrong by their family name and then run in these streets. There's that going on. And I'm saying I don't know. But what we do know is the result is a brother that we knew and we talked boxing with. He was a regular here at one point. He was a regular on Keon's channel. He would pop up in everyone's chat, salute everybody. We got an inside look at the Russell family because of him. Y'all understand that? It was because of him. We almost had Gary Russell versus Devin Haney. It was made right here on YouTube. And we got close. That was because of Batman. And again, I don't know what was going on. I have no idea what the hell was going on down there. And I'm sure some ignorant asshole will be like, oh, well, you don't know this, you don't know that. He deserved it. I don't know. But here's my question, dumbasses. When the fuck does it end? The Bloods and the Crips been fighting with each other. These niggas that were born 20 years ago, they don't even know what the fuck they even fighting over. You just walked into the shit and you picked a side. This is stupid at this point. This is dumb. And what a lot of you cats don't understand is every action has a reaction. This is why I don't bother people. You never know what kind of day they're having. There's people walking around this street right now with a ton of shit on their mind. Mortgage late, child support and payments is late. They're about to cancel his license. If they cancel his driver's license, he can't drive. He might get put in jail. And this is all in the same week. Parents are sick. And then here your ass come doing something stupid to him with a phone out trying to make the Instagram with a prank. You were the straw that broke the camel's back. And next thing you know, you wondering why you wake up in a hospital and you have no feeling from your neck to your goddamn toes. Oh, he shot you. Why'd he do that? Well, he had issues. And he wasn't playing. You was. Well, The joke's on you, Jack, because now you can't move. You can only move your head. Leave fucking people alone. This is a disgusting era we live in, and that's why a dude my age, I save the public from myself because I'm capable. I know what I can do. Road rage, I avoid eye contact. Everybody out here is crazy. I'm telling my brothers and sisters, arm up because these white supremacists are mobilizing on us, and y'all still twerking in the gram. Y'all are not serious. But let a nigga step on your goddamn brand new Air Force Ones. Oh, it's on. Now, you might agree with me, but what happens when a racist ass other ethnicity says it? Hurts a little more, doesn't it? We got to get right. We got to get right. There's a few tragedies going on. Batman's not coming back. That kid, he's going away, and I'm sure somebody in his bloodline is like, I didn't raise him to do that. I'm sure. 2 lives lost, y'all. 2 lives lost. Let me take y'all back to a movie. Let me read this super chat real quick, and I promise we're gonna get back to boxing. Straight Convo says, like Malcolm X said, racism is like a Cadillac. They come out with a new model every year. I agree with that. Let me take y'all back to a movie that I saw in the movies called Boys in the Hood. Y'all know that. Spoilers, if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's over 30 years old now. All right. People ran to see that movie because, you know, Ice Cube was hot back then. And on the East Coast, there was a point in the 90s where we became infatuated as to what was going on in Los Angeles because we never seen nothing like that before. We never seen cops chasing dudes through backyards with the eye in the sky, the helicopter. We've never seen that. Out here in New York, you just can't do that. We've never seen close pursuit chases in real life. We only seen that, like, you know, Starsky and Hutch, for those of you that are my age. You understand? We've never seen nothing like that. So we became infatuated with what was going on with LA, you know, NWA and, you know, fuck the police. And we was like, what's going on over there? You know what I'm saying? So Boys in the Hood comes out. We ran to the movies to see it. We thought it was just going to be some gangster shit. Turns out it was a tragedy movie. There was nothing to high five about that movie. There was a ton of messages in that movie. And y'all remember Cuba Gooding Jr.'s character was trying to grow up and walk the straight and narrow. And his mother, now I want y'all to listen, y'all. His mother said, you know what? I can't do this. Lawrence Fishburne, his father in the film, Furious Styles, let me take my son. Did y'all peep that message? Do y'all remember that? She wasn't a bad woman, but she acknowledged that she could not raise a boy on her own.
Let me just interject for a moment there since you mentioned that, because people need to hear this. That's why you have to pump the brakes sometimes. And then you have, what's my man name? Keenan Ivory Wayans pop out of the bushes and say, message. But not only was that Vivica Fox's greatest role, okay, shout out to Kevin Samuels, because, you know, they had a thing going back and forth.
Salute to the Godfather.
Yeah, but not only was that her greatest role, she was not in the movie after that either, if you notice. She was not in the movie after that. But we do understand that it was inferred that Trey did go and spend some time with his mama from time to time. But she was not the focus.
Yep.
Unlike in real life, the women who say, I can raise my baby all by myself. But in that movie, you had a series of men who represented certain elements of the black man's existence. And that went over everybody's head.
That's right.
First, we had Trey's dad, Lawrence Fishburne's character, who told him about the woman across the street, Doughboy's mom, and everything. He said, "Look, you're gonna see in a few years about them. Okay, you're gonna see." He told him when he was very young.
Yep.
Second, Charles S. Dutton, his character that he played at the school, when he was telling them, he said, "Listen, the hunt is on for you guys." You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then you had the black cop. Remember that?
Yeah.
guy?
You think you tough?
Yep. Then you had also my man for what's his name? I'm trying to think of his name. It doesn't come to me at the moment. But it's the guy that wanted them to, the guy that was talking to them about going to school, the college guy.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yep.
Because he come to the house. Now that's a college man, right? He comes to the house and he's watching the little baby run around and he's like, "Oh, Ricky say, oh, come and take the baby. He's like, "Oh, that's cute little boy there. That's your brother?" He's like, "No, that's my son." Did you see the look on the guy's face? This dude ain't even graduated from high school yet. All of these people, man, they meant something, and they were but it went over the head. First and foremost, the woman. And you guys heard me mention Kevin Samuels a little earlier. But see, people think that Kevin Samuels hated women. The man didn't hate women. What he was trying to do was put the focus where it was supposed to be, on where the strength comes from. There's been an imbalance here. But the imbalance has happened so much to the degree that a man doesn't understand where his place is in society anymore. But he'll allow himself to be told things. And when you allow yourself to be told things, that narration can come from sources that have nothing to do with your experience. So it's misinformation to keep confusion.
Organized confusion.
Who are your women trying to look like right now? Who are they trying to look like?
Dark skin with blonde hair.
What color is their hair? What color is their eyes? Do they have real or artificial fingernails on their hand? How are they dressing? Are they covering things up or are they advertising what's available?
Uh-oh.
You see what I'm saying? So when you put all this together, the narration is coming from somewhere that doesn't have nothing to do with you. There was a time when I was growing up, the ladies, the girls, they used to pamper themselves and have a put myself together day where they would sit up and do each other's hair, get ready for the following week. You know, it's like they took time out to care for themselves. Right. And we noticed it. We were like, "Oh man, did you see Cassandra at school yesterday? Man, she sure looked good, didn't she?" And guess what? You was in 7th and 8th grade then. That didn't stop you from playing with your He-Man toys and all of that stuff, but you noticed. Huh? And then if she had an older sister in high school, you talk to her just because you go over there and get a chance to see her older sister.
Oh, man.
There's something about that growing up. We always wanted the girl that was much older than us, right?
Or just to look, just to get close. I know.
But I'm saying all of these things because that's the real culture there. This stuff out here that you're seeing reflected in our communities, I don't identify with that.
It's fraudulent. I don't get it.
False. Like Drew just said, it's fraudulent. It is not us. Buy back into what was us. There was a time you would see a black woman on television, Thelma on Good Times.
Oh man.
Pam Grier, Teresa Graves. When you saw these women, it was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson played Penny on Good Times. She had a little Afro puff on the back of her head,
Right.
and all the boys loved Janet.
Yep.
You understand? And we cried when we found out that her mama took that iron to her, right? On Good Times.
Oh man. Oh man.
Literally, we cried.
Yep.
Where did all of that go, man? Where did it go? I had cousins my age, girls, they would curl each other hair and do all of this stuff. And dude, nobody was thinking about wearing weaves and wigs and stuff like that. You come in the house, you smell blue magic, huh?
Blue magic. Wow. Wow.
What? What is going on, brother? You see little girls now, weaves in their hair, because their mom too lazy to comb their hair. Or teach them how to comb their own when they come of age. That's part of our culture. No, we weren't the kind that could get up, jump in the shower, and just walk out. No, we had to take a little time and handle our business. If you think that I'm lying, go back and watch a movie from 1978 back. All the brothers had froze and everything. Brother had picked with a fist on it.
That's right. Fist pick.
Ali used to sit up and do interviews combing his hair.
Proudly.
Culture.
We are out of order. And see, you hear us talking about it, right? But I bet you if we just spent 15 minutes telling the truth about a black woman, some bitch will fly in here and start defending the bullshit. I don't know half of these bitches' names on Instagram or whatever, but they're over-sexualizing these young men. Check the Painful Excellence podcast. I did a show on it. When you got your 3-year-old son sliding down the pole that you have in your bedroom, doing a stripper move, what's really going on in your household? And you supposed to have custody of that young king? When you're taking your young king at 6 years old, 7 years old to Hooters, and you're encouraging him to touch the waitress's butt? Do you want your daughter or niece in class with that little boy who's encouraged to do that by the mother? When you're encouraging a 4-year-old to touch your girlfriend's butt and videoing it like it's funny? Switch roles for a minute. What if that was a little 4-year-old girl? And you know how dudes, we just lounging around and we got our sweats on and the little girl runs up and grabs it. Is he going to be on social media? Hey, yo, what you doing, little girl? Come on. There's going to be a hunt for him. And he's going to be in prison. This is the bullshit I'm talking about. You want to talk about double standards? So when Kevin Samuels was saying we was out of order, he didn't only mean women. It's just that women kept coming up there trying to challenge him. Because for 3 years when he was telling the men that they were out of order, y'all ain't want to hear it. But pay attention.
Yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. How tall are you?
5'10".
5'10". How much do you weigh?
Uh-oh. I weigh about,
to what?
depending on the day, between 280 to 285.
So you're a fat fucker.
Yeah.
So you think a 5'10", almost 300-pound dude, how much money you make?
Like 482 weeks.
So you make 400 every 2 weeks. So you make 800 a month. You make less than $10,000 a year. Okay.
But how many 20-year-olds was him?
Hold on. Dude, I was a 20-year-old and I was making far more money than that. In the 80s, the minimum wage was $3.35 an hour. So I need to hear it. How long? You got a big dick?
I mean, it's above average. I ain't know Ron Jeremy.
No. I asked you if you had a big dick. I just said it was above average.
I don't know what that is, really.
You know if you got a big dick or not. Stop the bullshit. Every dude know whether or not he got a big dick. I know I got a big dick. You don't know?
I mean,
you don't have a big dick. That's the point. You don't have a big dick. You don't have a big wallet. You're a fat dude, and you got a lot of nerve thinking you should get choosing signals at 5'10" and 300 pounds, making less than $1,000 a month at 20 years old. And women should approach you. What they get? They don't even get a big dick.
Salute to Al in that super chat. Much love and appreciation. He said not to be funny, but it's like from the Boondock series, the ninja moment, and notice how it's always be over some dumb shit. See, exactly. Why wasn't that Terrence Samuels viral moment? Because he was doing that for 3 fucking years before he had that viral moment average at best. Why wasn't that because the women were watching him high-fiving until he got to average at best. So when I say we're all out of order, the kid that committed that crime against our brother, that was a black man, y'all. That was a black man, y'all. So when I say we're out of order, we are completely out of order as a whole, men and women. And meanwhile, we're out of order fighting amongst each other. Women are telling us we hate them and we hate our mothers and we're gay for turning them down and all kinds of weird shit. They tell us that, right? They tell us that. And we're fighting back with them. Okay? And while we're fighting with each other, mass shooting in Buffalo. Are y'all awake yet? I'm asking. Are y'all awake yet? Because I don't know. I think y'all still sleeping.
Hello, monkeys.
We're not the enemy.
Monkey!
Y'all need to wake up. Y'all need to wake up. But you know, we're gonna get back to boxing because that's why y'all should subscribe to the Painful Excellence podcast. Somebody put that link in the description, please. Because I had to pay homage to my brother Batman. But these are the type of conversations we have on my other channel. You know what I'm saying? We just spent an hour on that because it needed to be said. So salute to the Russell family. I'm sorry for this. You know what I mean? And salute to my brother Batman. You know, this is tragic. But back to boxing. Canelo Alvarez thinks he's slick. All right? I'm gonna play something else for y'all. And I want y'all to pay attention.
Last one on Twitter asks, Canelo, you've said before you're uncomfortable fighting other Mexican fighters. However, would you ever fight a Mexican-American fighter like David Benavidez?
Like I say, I represent Mexico, so that's why I don't like to fight with Mexican fighters anymore. But you know, when you need to fight with somebody, so why not? Like I say, I represent Mexico, so that's why I don't like to fight with Mexican fighters anymore.
I fight anybody, but they need to fight each other too, because they just waiting for me because they want a good payday. So I know that, but they need to fight each other. Why? And I fight the winner of all of them. Everybody wants to fight me, so but they have many options too.
Yeah.
Fight each other. Why they don't fight each other? I just want to make history. The money is there, no matter what. I don't care about money. I care about my legacy.
The fuck is that?
I need it. This year I'm busy. Why they don't fight each other?
I hope ES News and Brian Custer don't flag me, but I had to. I had to chop that up today. I had to, because a lot of people didn't see that or don't remember it. You know how people have selective memories. Okay, now Freddie.
Yeah.
You heard what he said. The man said he don't want to fight other Mexican fighters.
Yes, BS.
What's
Because
your
ain't no
thoughts
way
on
in the
that?
world you can pick and choose who you want to fight. If you're the best in the world, you got to fight the best. And if the best that he got is coming up next on your roster is a Mexican fighter, you definitely better get him in there with you and defeat him. How can you prove that you're the best fighter if you can't fight any and everybody that's challenging you? It don't make no sense for you to all of a sudden your challenge becomes a racial issue. That's ridiculous.
This is
Fight brothers all the time. What am I supposed to do? If you put me in with a black man, I refuse to fight him because he's black. That don't make no sense.
Hey, Freddie, I'm sorry, excuse me. I just want to ask you this question really quick, because you definitely was one of the hell of a pros for your era and time. When you were at the top of your game in boxing, were there young guys on the horizon? And I'm not asking you to name names, but you're more than welcome to do so.
I'll name names. Floyd. I can tell you right now. Floyd was on his way up.
Let me finish the question, because you might already know what I'm about to ask, but this is for the sake of the listeners because of your answer. When you were at the top of your game, were there young fighters that you guys at the top, you say, man, that young boy right there gonna be something else. And so that, even from the position of where you are, it might not take that guy long to get to where you are, but of course you were secure in your career and everything. And if that opportunity ever come, you relish it. But would you not say, that being stated, that Canelo saw not only the Charlos and Andre and them who were right there with him when he was at 155 at Canelo weight, but when he was moving up in the weight classes, he saw Benavidez coming. He saw it. And so when he made that remark that I don't want to fight Mexican fighters no more, that was before the public got wind of Benavidez. Right. So he already had a built-in excuse, because he knew that when that guy got to where he needed to be to challenge him, that's the one kind of guy that I can't beat. He knew this. Yeah. Would you agree? Would you say, and please elaborate on that for us from your perspective?
Oh yeah, I definitely agree. But and on top of that, you know what I'm saying? This is boxing. We don't get to pick and choose what nationality the fighter has to be for us to be able to fight. You don't get to pick and choose. You fight any and anybody who challenges your championship. That makes you a champion. You know what I'm saying? You don't get to say, oh, I don't fight black guys. I don't fight white men. I don't fight blue people. You don't get to say that. You challenge anybody who challenges you. If you're a real true champion, you take that challenge on and you defeat that person.
True story. Ella E says, was Dempsey worse because he ducked Sam Langford? There's a lot of foolery in boxing, and basically this is what we're talking about as a whole. This is what we're talking about as a whole. This is a fight game. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's the saying. Once you got that crown on, your time to relax is over. You're the guy, and there's people gunning for you. You see, Canelo has his fan base thinking that everyone just wants a payday. You want payday, and I know that. Yeah, no one's gonna fight you for free, motherfucker.
I know that's right.
Ain't no one gonna fight you for free. But how about this? They be doing better while they getting paid. If they knock your head off, to be the man, you got to beat the man. Ric Flair used to say that. Woo. Okay, so they're not only trying to get a payday, they're trying to take that crown, man. And what you're doing is you're prohibiting these fights from happening. But you turned around and said something very key, and no one caught it. I guess you got to be a real supporter of the sport to understand what he was saying. Fight each other. Fight each other. I'm busy. He said it. I'm busy. Fight each other. And I'll fight the winner of all of them. Meanwhile, you get to do shit like fight. I'm looking at your box, Rick. You get to do shit like fight James Kirkland. All right. You fought Miguel Cotto. I'll give you that. You get to do shit like fight Amir Khan. Talking about payday. You talking about legacy, but you fought Amir Khan. Then you fought Liam Smith. Does nothing for your legacy. You fought Cesar Chavez Jr. Does nothing for your legacy. Okay, Golovkin twice. Then we found out you cheated. First, wait, let me take a step back. You dumped the belt before you fought him. Then when you fought him, we found out you cheated. After 2 fights. Then you come back and fight Rocky Fielding. Then you fight Danny Jacobs. Okay, I want to give you that. Okay, I'll give you that. Then you fought Sergey Kovalev at 175. We'll get back to that in a second. Then you fight Caleb Smith. Now, we're still on legacy now, right? You're fighting for legacy. The money's going to be there regardless. You said that. You said the money's going to be there regardless. I'm fighting for legacy. Caleb Smith and Abney fucking Yildirim.
Mm-hmm.
Abney Yildirim. Then you fought Billy Ho Saunders. Now, mind you, all of those names I just mentioned, instead of Jamal Charlo and Boo Boo Andre. And now David
Mel Charlo, because there was a time when both Charlos were right there with
Jamel and Joe inside 154 and 160. He dug both of them. Yes. Okay, Caleb Plant, I'll give you that. Now you're undisputed. Then you go back up to 175. Get your ass beat by Bivol. Then want to complain and say the guy was too big. Got your fans walking around saying the guy was too big. Kovalev was bigger than Bivol. So what are you really talking about? I don't want to fight Mexican fighters. I just played the video for you. I played the video for you guys. If black fighters, and I'm talking about all black fighters, Africans, black Brits, black Canadians, black Americans, if all of those people say, yo, you know what, I'm not fighting, especially in the 60s and 70s, yo, I'm not fighting no more black fighters, man. We would be crucified, and how many classes we would have missed. I could have kept those are just pictures. I had to hurry up and do that video, but there were so many pictures I could have put up from any era, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s.
Boxing would have totally fallen off.
Boxing would be in gyms somewhere. It'd be no money in the sport. But he gets to say that. Why? Now watch this. If you love your Mexican people, why don't you give Benavidez a payday? He want payday. I know that. Why don't you break bread with him? Why we got to break bread with each other, but you don't want to break bread with your brother? And I know he's Mexican American.
Not only that, Drew and chat and listen, man. He's being so woefully overpaid for doing little to nothing. Then has these judges in his pockets that are that is total corruption within itself for a whole different thing. But
that's been going on for years.
Well, yes, but the overall percentage of what he gets, right? It's affecting the sport so much now that they don't really want to pay real fighters who trying to face each other like Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, who deserve the purse that they give to a fighter like Canelo, what they offer him just to face a Rocky Fielding or somebody. They could split that purse between those two good fighters.
Let me ask you this, Stormy, and I'm going to ask the Bud fans this. Who deserves to make $32 million in one night? Canelo Alvarez versus Abney Yildirim or Bud Crawford versus Sean Porter? You tell me.
That's easy. That's easy.
You tell me. But we in here fighting with each other, though. Y'all see what I'm talking about? Hey, monkeys. You see? Y'all worried about the wrong shit. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. How many times you heard me say, I don't give a fuck about no bread. I understand the A side, B side. I know Errol's worth maybe a little more, but you always heard me say, I hope they get in the room, lock the door, and solve it. Because I want them to do this for the culture.
How does Triple G go over to the zone and get ownership interest, investment into what has he done in
How
his
did he get
boxing
that?
career to receive something like that?
And Canelo drained the DAZN swamp. There's no DAZN America, partially because of him. And Eddie Hearn not understanding the American market. These are the things that we should be talking about. Not fighting over Bud and Errol. That shit's gonna get done. It's gonna get done. I'm not worried about that. But listen to what I just asked you. Who did you enjoy watching more? Where was there higher drama? Shoot the Don shot in that super chat. Much love. He said boxing correcting itself slowly. It is. It is. What did you got? There was more drama leading up to the Sean Porter Bud fight. Because at that last moment, you're like, I don't know. You know, Sean's a dog. Bud's a dog. You really didn't know. You leaned towards Bud, but you really didn't know. What you did know was that Canelo was going to beat the shit out of Amir Khan. That Canelo, you knew, no, not beat it. You knew that he was going to knock out Amir Khan. It was only a matter of time. You knew, you never heard of Abner Yildirim, but you knew he was going to win that fight. There was no selling, and he got paid for that, man. That was his sparring partner. And the biggest crime is that he requested it. It wasn't a mandatory. Did y'all know that? This is the shit we're talking about. I'm not arguing with no Bud fans. I'm not arguing with no Errol fans. You know when we're going to debate? When it's signed and we have a date. Then we can get on here and laugh and joke and see who and troll each other. Yo, Bud gonna fuck Errol up. Errol gonna fuck. I don't mind that. Why? Because it's actually gonna happen. But we worried about the wrong shit. I just played for you what this dude said. Fight each other. There was one Latino on a Black Murderers Row, the Coco Kid. Is Benavidez this era's Coco Kid? Only thing is, Benavidez has a strap. Does he have a strap? He has a strap, does he not? Or he's just walking around with a... Sometimes I don't know what's going on with these straps. I'm ready to call him this era's Coco Kid because he said they should all fight each other. And what else is Benavidez going to do? What you saw last night, I don't care what anyone says. What you saw last night, Benavidez could beat Canelo. He can beat him. Because you know why? He has a jab, he has balls, and he got better feet. He has better feet than Canelo. Now, Canelo could counter. But he got big heart. He got some power. And I think he's schooled enough. Yo, if I'm tagging him on those ropes, he's looking to counter. And he's tall. Now, a lot of people will disagree with me. How do we find out whether I'm right or wrong?
There's just one simple way to put this about Benavidez. But I would also lump Andre and the Charlo brothers in the same category. They are better fighters than who he's been fighting.
Thank you. There it is.
That right there. See, the thing about it is, the fighters he's been fighting are not really that good. Those names,
I ain't been impressed with nobody lately.
Exactly. Those names defeat the same guys he beat probably even more spectacularly than he did. How about that? Did you see Benavidez's performance over Lemieux? That right there. Listen, you opened up the show talking about that, and then we went off with a dedication to Batman. But I want to say one thing about that because I didn't get a chance to really comment on that yet. Mm-hmm. What you saw in that fight last night of what Benavidez did to that man, I saw that several fights ago about his talent. But due to circumstances that have made him because he is a young guy. He's a kid. He's young enough to be my son, and he's a big ass kid.
He's big.
But what I want to say is, due to circumstances that have made him rein himself in and become more focused, he's dangerous as hell now.
Wow.
But the talent was already there.
Already there.
And that's why I spoke earlier about Canelo having seen it before it got approached. So he put something out there as a buffer in the intermediary. See, but he knew this. Now, off of that right there, that performance right there, where you gonna run to, son?
Where you gonna go?
Now, Charlo, Andre, these guys, they got to look at him. And the thing about it is, part of that stuff that I said that happened to Benavidez outside the ring that helped him draw himself in, one of them, and he'll never get credited to this, but I bet if you ask David, he will tell you. All it took was when Charlo called him out.
That's it.
When he called him out, what did David do? He said, "Here I am." All of a sudden, Charlo started backpedaling, right? And David said, "Didn't you call me? Didn't you call me?" And then Charlo started backpedaling faster, right?
That happened.
So David was like, yo. Remember the whole, you got to be vaccinated and you got to do all this.
It happened.
All of that stuff.
It happened. That happened.
Right.
That happened.
Now he realizes, he's like, man, these guys, they ain't got no heart. Remember, he's in a fight family. Him, his dad, his brother, they're in a fight family. So they are accustomed to stepping up to a challenge. But it's like in the professional reigns of the sport, when you got these so-called alpha guys who are not really alpha, you can't be too damn alpha running around here with your pants hanging off your butt, huh? Mm-hmm. And you win men's purses and all of that stuff and dyeing your hair all funny and everything. Your women like stuff. Nails being painted in the salon and all of that. Yeah. I'm telling you, just because you have economic means don't mean you should be doing these things.
That's
they
right.
are not man-like. Check the history. Huh? But all that being said, he stepped up and he's like, I'm here, I'm ready now. He came in a couple of pounds under the weight limit.
That's right.
Because y'all were saying, well, he's too big, he's a weight bully, he doesn't want to fight at that weight anyway. So he comes in and he shows you. And did you see how strong he still looked? Did he look depleted to you? No.
Nope.
Did he look like he didn't have any defense? No. Because Lemieux wasn't able to land nothing. He was primed, he was ready, he was focused. He stuck that jab in Lemieux's face. He stuck them hooks in Lemieux's face, the uppercuts in Lemieux's face, the straight right hands in Lemieux's face. So much that they were barely out of the first round, and Lemieux looked like he had been hit with brass knuckles.
That's right.
Huh?
Yep.
Do you think that Canelo didn't see that? Man, he got shit all in them silk pajamas he be wearing.
That's right.
After watching that.
That's right.
See, y'all got me on most of those because I don't even watch it no
next
more.
person that asks him, you fight him. And you know what that means when they say stuff like that, because they ain't got no other recourse when the pressure is on them so much. They say that. The cowards, they say it. All of them say it. Remember when Joshua told his fan base, well, you think
you fight him.
You fight him then.
That was crazy. That was crazy. Salute to Ella E. She says back in that super chat, she says Benavidez a bigger Salvador Sanchez. You know what? You know what? To Canelo, he might be in his eyes because he ain't fighting David. He's not. And I'm gonna tell you what. Like I said before, these dudes, if Canelo, go fight each other. I said before, they need to go ahead and fight each other. Because Canelo, his next move better be his best move. He can't lose to Triple G. He can't lose a rematch to Bivol. I'm not hearing it. These guys need to fight each other and don't freeze Canelo out because he done froze them out. He done made his $32 million a fight with Abney Yildirim, Amir Khan, and Rocky Fielding, and Billy Ho Saunders. That's who he's getting paid with, rather than Andrade, Charlo, either Charlo or Benavidez. Are you kidding me? This is the bullshit I'm talking about. This is a sad state of affairs, y'all. And I see the play. I see the play. It's a goddamn shame that a lot of you don't see it. Y'all see it. That's why y'all arguing back and forth. Y'all see it. Hey, listen, let me be very clear. I'm not tiptoeing around it. Listen very carefully, y'all. Canelo ain't shit. Canelo Alvarez ain't shit. If he'd have fought Andrade and beat him, if he'd have fought Jamal or Jamel and beat them, if he'd have beat Bivol the other week, I'd give him all the credit in the world. I'd be like, hey, man, look, drugs aside, okay, he won those fights. But he's tap dancing around these motherfuckers. Canelo ain't shit, y'all. How do you prove me wrong? How you prove Drew Titan wrong? How you prove everybody who's seen Canelo lose wrong? How do you prove me wrong? Get in his DM. Mail his address, because y'all man fans, y'all love him so much. I know his home address. Mail him and say, could you please fight these niggas so these black fans will shut the fuck up? Go ahead, do that. Beat El Negros so y'all can El Shutto the fuck up-o. And you know what he's going to say to you?
You fight him.
Yep.
That's what he going to say.
You fight him. Because he ain't doing it. This is the hurt business. I don't fight other Mexicans. I've never heard such a stupid ass thing. Yeah, by the way, that was old. Ridiculous. Now, you got anything else on Canelo, Stormy? Because there's something else I want to talk about.
Yeah. There's plenty to say about Canelo, but I'll make this last point. I'll keep it short. He's a limited fighter, always has been, actually. But this is the thing. The con is up. The con is up, bro. It's time for you to pass the baton. You done made yourself a great deal of money and everything. But it's time for someone else now. And since Dimitri Bivol showed the world what it really takes, and that's basically someone who has some skills to come in there and feel like they can win. That's all. Yeah, that's all it takes. And when you have that, you have yourself a fighter, huh? And he's been avoiding fighters. You know what he's been fighting? Opportunists. I want an opportunity for that bag, huh? Billy Joe. Have you seen Billy Joe?
All right, boss, man. Cool.
Billy Joe looked like Chris Kringle.
Caleb Plant. Hey, not too bad for a guy that's, such and such and old.
Yeah, that blew my mind. That blew my mind.
Right? Huh? Abney Yildirim, right? That was a former sparring partner who threw maybe 3 punches in 3 rounds. Huh? He just absorbed until he went down. Huh? A horrible fighter, as Canelo is known to say.
A horrible fighter.
They don't get much more horrible than that, do they? Or how about Mr. Smith, who was 6'4" and set a record in a prior fight for jabs thrown, but refused to unleash his jab at Canelo for some reason. Did he have elbow tendonitis or something in the left arm when he got in there with Canelo? Did they have a slingshot on it or something that he couldn't get it off? Huh? He fought like he had turtle arms when he was in there with Canelo. Yeah, buddy! Or how about Sergey Kovalev? He of offensive felony-like crimes against women and animals, huh? And had jail hanging over his head, huh? Who needed to pay off some attorneys and legal fees, huh? Who said, okay, Canelo, I'll fight you, and you can even hit me on the chin in the 10th round, and I'll go down and make it look really good for you, huh? And made sure that at no point the Crusher showed up that night, huh? The Cream Puff showed up, but not the Crusher, huh? Because as soon as they counted him out, he was up over there holding Canelo's hand up, smiling and clapping to the crowd. Huh?
I made $12 million.
And we really ain't heard jack doodoo from him since, huh? But he paid off those legal fees, huh? You still can't find his mugshot nowhere, right?
Still can't find it.
And he didn't go to jail. He should be in jail.
He's a married man. What was he doing stalking a woman?
To that lady? Remind people what he did to the lady. She suffered some kind of physical injuries behind him, right?
Physical injuries. She had a herniated disc in her neck, nerve damage, and every time when it was healing, it felt like her shoulder was itching or something, like her arm was itching. He goofed her up, man. He fucked her up. He wasn't deported. Nobody was running around talking about women's rights. None of those chicks was running around talking about women's rights. None of these people, the Trump supporters, running around talking about deport him. Nobody was talking about take his money. Petter wasn't talking about. Petter wasn't talking about lock him up for kicking the dog. Nobody said anything, but he got a $12 million payday with the redhead. You want to tell me that everything I just mentioned, right? He got a payday from Canelo over Andre, both Charlos, and Benavidez. They didn't do any of that. Billy Ho Saunders put out a tutorial on how to beat up your woman when she's nagging you during the fucking pandemic. That's what he did. And he got a payday. So when Canelo starts talking about payday and legacy, this is his legacy. And I'm going to remind y'all every day. Salute to Candy Slim 501 in that super chat. He says, can y'all speak to the cliche, no fighter is scared of another fighter? I don't believe it, but I do think they'll fight like anybody else if the paper is right. The thing, Candy Slim, is that I operate off of how can I see what you say when I see what you do?
I don't know.
How can I believe what you say when I see what you do? And I see what Canelo has done. He has told everybody that all of these guys want is a date with him because they want a payday. And he's declined. But look at who he's giving the paydays to. Abner Yildirim, Billy Joe Saunders, Rocky Fielding, Amir Khan. Those names I just mentioned, are they better than either the Charlos or either Benavidez or Andre? They're not. And nobody, and don't look now, but Eddie Hearn said he has to sever ties with Andre because in all of his power and prowess, he can't get him a fight. You remember Eddie Hearn, the American Takeover? Remember that guy? The transatlantic deal? Remember that? Remember that language? He come over here with shades with that British accent, James Caan looking ass, 006, because he ain't 007. He failed. But hey, what can I say about Boo Boo? He might have got a few million out of that DAZN deal. He got his bread, but what's the trade-off? You see what I'm saying? So these are the things that we expose, because if you don't talk about it, you got to get your news from ESPN. And good luck with that shit. This is ridiculous. That's why we're here. So I know the Canelo Man fans are mad. Just stay mad. Because I'm playing audio of him saying, if you could justify him saying, I don't want to fight Mexican fighters, you what's wrong with the sport. And just imagine if Mike Tyson said, I ain't fighting Lennox Lewis. Why? He's black. Imagine if Ali said, you know what, I'm not fighting another brother. And guess what? In the 70s, he could have probably said it and got away with it.
And allow me this on that Mike Tyson mention right there. He really didn't want to fight Lennox Lewis, but he understood what it meant to get in there with him. So eventually he just went on and did it. But he was hating it the entire time. he was supposed to fight Lennox Lewis way back right after he defeated Frank Bruno in their rematch fight where he won the WBC title off of Frank Bruno, because at that time Lennox was the #1 contender for that belt. And he actually gave the belt up. He vacated the belt and fought Bruce Seldon for Bruce Seldon's WBA belt, which was won off of Seldon's fight against Tony Tucker.
Tony Tucker, yeah.
So the thing was, Tyson would still be a champion. But even after defeating, Bruce Seldon, Holyfield was right there in line, because Don King felt that off of Holyfield's miserable performance against Bobby Chess, that he was right for the pickings now, and that would be a good name for Mike's, coming back and stuff. So, but it didn't work out for him. But after all of that was said and done, people said they still wanted to see Mike against Lennox, and Lennox said, "I'm not done until I finish cleaning up the heavyweight division with ridding him of the misfits of the heavyweight divisions." And he included Tyson at the top of the misfits. So Lennox was actually the champ chasing Tyson. And Tyson really didn't want to fight. Even leading up to the fight, during the camps and everything, Tyson was cussing out reporters and saying different things. He was trying to find a way out.
Yep.
And then eventually he just went on in there and took his butt whooping like a man.
True story.
After saying that, in the locker room, when he was being interviewed, they said, "Well, Mike, what's next?" He said, "Well, I might just fade into oblivion."
And I'll be damned.
But he pronounced it as Bolivian.
Bolivian.
So that's just show you where he was psychologically at that time.
He was finished.
So glad to have it over with, huh?
Yeah. Yep.
And
salute.
This is true stuff that I'm telling you. So
look it up.
Whole thing. Who was that, Drew, that sent the super chat asking about no fighter is afraid of another fighter?
That was a brother Candy Slim. That was brother Candy Slim.
We got Freddie Pendleton on there. There are fighters afraid of other fighters, and Freddie will tell you that. They are. And that's some who are just off the charts with their competitive natures, and they'll fight over a dime. You understand?
And that's a brilliant
fight just because somebody said their name. Freddie ready to fight right now, so I have to be careful how I mention his name.
And that's a brilliant segue, because this is where I want to go. And salute the Soul Glow in that with that super sticker. Much love. This is where I wanted to go, y'all. Who's Don Moore? Who is that? Nobody knows. He's a former fighter, former sparring partner of Floyd, I believe. Well, Floyd just beat on him in the Middle East and made a good piece of change. All right? Now listen, y'all. Y'all might laugh, but it's not funny. Just like I said, just like I'm on here saying that Canelo Alvarez just killed his own argument about legacy. When you look at his record and see Rocky Fielding and Avni Yildirim, when he could have fought a Charlo or Benavidez or Boo Boo Andrade, right? Losing to Bivol and all this other stuff. How we say he killed his argument. What I'm about to mention, yeah, Don was his sparring partner. Thank you, Winston Lee. What I'm about to mention is not far-fetched. Now, we all know Freddie Pendleton he wants all the smoke. And this actually makes sense because it's history. I'm going to put this picture up, y'all. Don't laugh, because this is dead ass. And I want this to start right here in the Strong House. I want this fight. I want Freddie Pendleton versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. Now, Freddie.
Yes,
Freddie.
Yeah.
Tell us the history with you and the Mayweathers.
Oh, I've been with Roger. I was Roger's sparring partner for almost 4 years. You know what I'm saying? I used to be, really give him good workout. You know what I'm saying? Did real well. You know what I'm saying? Met Floyd when he went to the Olympics, and I was world champion. And he told me he don't want to fight me when he come up and he get there. And I told him, look, bro, I'm gonna be waiting for you. I told him, when I fight you, bro, I'm not I'm not leaving anything in the ring. I'm giving it all I got, and I'm gonna take your behind out. I told him, you never want to fight, because I'm gonna be trying to kill you. Period. I ain't trying to beat you. I'm trying to kill you. And after that, never accepted any offers or anything. They offered him plenty money to fight me. He turned it all down, and then everybody made excuses for him. So I was like, okay, you keep writing excuses, I'm gonna keep winning belts. So I won 2 world titles, got robbed out of 2 world titles, and I've been doing damage in the game for a long time. I ain't afraid to fight any and everybody. I was even challenging middleweights. I ain't give a crap. You know what I'm saying? I will fight any and everybody. I don't care what weight they are. If you think you can beat me, I challenge fucking Bernard Hopkins. You know what I'm saying? We sparred in the gym. I beat him up. He got pissed off. He wanted to spar again. I said, no, let's not fuck sparring. Let's fight. He didn't even want to entertain the idea. So, you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows what I was, what I used to do, and how tough I was. Nobody wanted to fight. I wouldn't blame them. You know what I'm saying? But if they had an attitude like me, I fight every and anybody who challenges me. You got to prove you can beat.
So with that being said, now remember, family, I want you to understand something. Prior to this Saturday, this would have been a joke. Floyd done fought his former sparring partner, who's way past it. And Freddie Pendleton got way more credentials in the ring than Don Moore. And there's no disrespect to Don Moore. But he has way more credentials than Don Moore. Freddie Pendleton has history with the Mayweathers. Floyd knows who he is. Now, I'm going to say this. Not everybody's rich. You gave Don Moore a payday. You're Floyd Mayweather. Why not give Freddie a payday? Why not? You gave it to Don Moore. You gave it to Logan Paul. I don't know if Logan's been paid yet, or I don't know how that's working out. But why not give Freddie there's history there. Freddie will sell this fight. Y'all think Freddie will sell this fight? And Floyd will sell this fight. Can you imagine a press conference with Freddie and him sitting there? And he's bringing up all kinds of shit that happened back in the day. Not disrespecting Roger, of course, but telling what actually happened. He sparred Roger and he whooped his ass.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Roger. No disrespect for Roger. Roger, me and him had issues and stuff like that, but we worked. You know what I'm saying? We put the work in. And I can't say nothing about him because he didn't care. He fought. And he said, he told me the day of the fight, he was going to knock me out. I told him, well, when we get in the ring tonight, we're going to see what happens.
Mm-hmm. Now, we got a brother in the chat, upper echelon. He says he's 59. Can he still go? He's asking if you're still in shape. Freddie, you still in shape?
I'm always in shape.
Oh, there it is. And I know Don Moore, you can tell that he knew what he was doing. He wasn't like a novice in there. But against Floyd, he was just outmatched. And again, it's an exhibition. They ain't going in there trying to kill each other. But I'm saying, if they're paying people to do shit like that, and I'm going to say that Floyd did a good thing. I don't know why he picked Don Moore. But, Don Moore made some bread. And I bet you that was some bread that came in handy. You dig what I'm saying? So if Floyd is going to do that, I mean, we all wanted him to see. I wanted to see him fight Keith Thurman. He didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
He fought Burton.
I called him out a few times. So,
yeah. And see, what better way to get Freddie's opinion out there than to have a sit down with Floyd Mayweather and say, yo, look, man, I'll fly to Dubai, fly me out there. Let's get it going. You gave Don Moore a shot. Give me a shot. Now, I heard he got something else lined up, but if this is what he wants to do to make some bread, Floyd could sell this situation. Can you imagine Floyd? Yeah, I know Freddie, man. Fuck Freddie, man. My uncle beat him up. You know what I'm saying? What do you think I'm going to do? And Freddie come back like, no, I beat Roger ass. I beat your dad ass. And I told you when you come of age, I'm going to beat your ass. And it never happened. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine
generational ass whoopings?
Man, that'll be that'll be lit, man. That'll be lit. That'll be so dope.
Yeah, but you know, he don't want that kind of smoke now. He don't want that kind of smoke.
Well, I want to see. And I think that'll be good for you. Because you know what? Boxing media, these guys have been around. They know who you are. They don't talk.
Knows me.
Yeah, they don't talk about you because you ain't been in the news. But I think it'll be beneficial to explore that. So what I'm asking the family to do is, yo, man, make that fight. Somebody hit up Floyd. Like, yo, you got Freddie Pendleton over here. He's been trash talking.
Yeah, telling everybody I'll beat his ass, which I will.
Who do I think will win, Floyd or Freddie? I like the winner. How's that? Is that fair? I like the winner because I get ahead and I'll say Freddie will win, and people are like, no, you crazy. But guess what? Here's what I will say. Floyd came in there with the dad body. He was soft. He ain't had no six-pack. I bet you he signed to fight Freddie. You'll see an 8-pack there.
Oh, I'm telling you, he real.
He'll get in shape. He'll get in shape. I bet you.
Fat ass back to the kitchen he came from.
Yep. Because he gonna look and be like, yo, hold on. Freddie, you know, it's an exhibition, but Freddie gonna try and fight one of these rounds, man. All that shit he was talking.
Now, you think I was fighting? I ain't fighting no more, but I'm still tight. I ain't get all fat and all that stuff. I ain't, none of them fat baker boys, man. Please.
And
I don't get out. I train. I work out every day. I don't get out of shape.
And that's what I'm saying. My brother Demon Kennedy says they both win. I don't know how much Floyd made Saturday, but it was more money than I'm gonna see.
I know that's right.
And if he made,
but I'm happy for him.
That's right. And if he made anywhere $20 million, if they fly him out to Dubai, wherever the fight was, and Freddie leaves there with $200,000, I'm sure that's life changing for him. You understand? So I don't know what Don Moore, if it's public record, whatever Don Moore made, but I bet you what Don Moore made, I bet you he's taking his family. If he has a family, he's going on a vacation right now. You know what I'm saying? I bet you he made a piece of change that'll get most of us out of debt. Pay off the mortgage, pay off your car, pay off your student loan, pay for the kids' college. I bet you he made that kind of money. Freddie.
Yo.
If Floyd made $20 million fighting you and you walked off with $900,000, are you mad?
No.
There it is. So there's no argument there. You understand? And that'll be dope. And I would respect Fred for doing it. I respect Fred for giving Don Moore a payday. I had to Google him and I recognized his face, but I said, wait a minute. But he wasn't no world beater. So I said, why is this news of him, and if he's doing this, why not Freddie when they have history? And they could sell it, man. I'm with the shits. So family, we need to start doing memes. You know what I'm saying? Freddie Pendleton versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. You know what I'm saying? And when people be like, why? Refer them to the show. They have history, and Floyd knows. And this ain't no beef. This ain't no, it's like Hatfields and McCoy's type of beef. It's not that. But if you're going to do it, give a brother a shot. Stormy, what you got on that, bro?
That's the whole deal.
No, I think it's a great idea, man. Eventually Floyd is going to mess around and somebody going to get lucky, look good or something, But he might as well, if he's going to do this, do it for someone that you can show that respect. You know what I mean? And Freddie has earned at least that in his life and in his career. So it's like the one thing that goes along with the fights that people would have liked to see Floyd take in the later portions of his career as, Money Mayweather, is that he wasn't spreading that wealth amongst his brethren, you know, and that's kind of sad because when you look back on other great fighters, not all, but there were a few who would do things. Even Mike Tyson did things as a show of respect for contemporary fighters or even, you know, fighters who were recently past it or whatever, and help them out. And one of the ways to help is to give it respectfully in the ring. In the ring, it's like you worked for it. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
you earned that in the ring. So it's like Ali gave Ernie Shavers a title shot when Shavers needed an operation for his mother or something like that. And it's like Ali, he didn't have to do that. Shavers wasn't a number one contender or something like that to challenge for him. But rather than just give a loan or a donation or something like that, he gave the man in a prideful sense, you know. And there were so many others. Ray Robinson had done things like that. You know, Joe Louis done things like that. So it's like, and Freddie knows what I'm talking about. So it's like this. It means something when
Right.
you can do that. So it would be great for Floyd to give back in that sense.
In that
But
sense.
it wouldn't be no. There's no tainting
Right.
of who you are. In fact, it make you look a lot better.
Yes, yes. A lot better. I'd respect it, man. And I just think it would be a great thing to do. I'm not mad at Don Moore for that. And I'm pretty sure he did it for him because he needed it. Who doesn't need that bread?
I know, right? But
You know what I mean?
But I'm like, you know, I like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I could afford him when he was a young boy, but you know, when he was, you know, really doing good, that would have been the best fight for me. But fighting him period is, you know, is good enough.
That'll be great. It'll be great for you. And like Stormy said, it'll make him look really good. And when you look at it, it'll make him look really good. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, this is boxing. It's an alumni. It's supposed to look out for each other.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, this is a great selling point. It's history. There's history there. You know, no malice, but you know, and like I said, Freddie, you know, that wouldn't be the end for you. You know, you start up your own YouTube channel. A lot of boxers have their own YouTube channel. You know.
Yeah, I
got you, brother. I got you.
Home.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? We working. Freddie versus the world. We working, brother. You know what I mean? So you know, I think that's dope, man. So we need to do whatever we can do to see if Floyd will entertain that. I like the idea. You know what I'm saying? I like the idea, man. I like the idea, man. So look, man. I mean, that's great, man. And for those of you that missed it, I'll be playing this periodically during the week. But I'm gonna bust it down for y'all one more time. All right. Canelo, you ain't shit.
Last one on Twitter asks, Canelo, you've said before you're uncomfortable fighting other Mexican fighters. However, would you ever fight a Mexican-American fighter like David Benavidez?
Like I say, I represent Mexico, so that's why I don't like to fight with Mexican fighters anymore. But you know, when you need to fight with somebody, so why not? Like I say, I represent Mexico, so that's why I don't like to fight with Mexican fighters anymore.
fight anybody, but they need to fight each other too, because they just waiting for me because they want a good payday. So I know that, but they need to fight each other. Why? And I fight the winner of all of them. Everybody wants to fight me, so but they have many options too.
Yeah.
Fight each other. Why they don't fight each other? I just want to make history. The money is there, no matter what. I don't care about money. I care about my legacy.
The fuck is that?
I need it. This year I'm busy. Why they don't fight each other?
When he said he don't care about the money, he care about his legacy. Man, if I was in the room with him when he said that, I would have took 30 steps away because lightning was about to strike. Coming in a line like that, brother. It's like, man, are you serious? If you cared about your legacy, you would have fought the guys that we've been talking about earlier this evening.
Mm-hmm.
And when he says that he feels he represents Mexico, there's fighters coming out of Mexico today that's ready to go upside Canelo's head just because they want to make their way in the sport. You don't represent Mexico. You represent Canelo Alvarez.
That's it. That's all he cares about.
See, and the thing is, you know, a person like myself, if I could have that conversation with him, I would put him on Front Street with that, with what I just said. But reporters and everything from old media now, they let these guys off the hook with that fluff, that filler. That's why we exist now, because of that foolishness.
Because of that foolishness, man.
You know they wouldn't have let me get away with that.
Hell no. Hell no. Now, to the Canelo Man fans, leave the black fighters out of it. Y'all ain't got to worry about it. We know Canelo's a pussy and he don't want no smoke. But Benavidez, go get that smoke. Ask your man why he don't want to break bread with a fellow Latino. Ask him. If not, we'll gladly put Benavidez on the black murderers row.
Now, the way to stir up some real mess is to tell Benavidez he think he more Mexican than you. And then just because you Mexican American and everything and you can speak very fluent English, maybe you need to take that to the ring. Maybe you need to really exercise your option on who can really represent Mexico better. Huh? Because last time I checked, you know, Benavidez looked pretty damn Mexican to me. Huh? The music, the family, and everything. So
he don't get no love. He don't get no love. Can we make a trade? We will trade the Latinos Benavidez for Chris Colbert. We will trade you right now. Y'all can have that guy. He wears sombreros and shit. He dances salsa. I'd like to make a trade. More on that clown ass kid tomorrow. But that's all I got for today, man. Freddie, man, thank you for sliding through, man. We're gonna work behind the scenes. We're gonna try and reach out to Floyd. You know what I mean? I'm gonna talk to you during the week, brother.
All right.
Yes, sir.
All right,
salute to you, Fred.
Stormy, let them know how they can find you.
Man, everybody can find me right on YouTube here. Stormy B Man is the channel. I'll drop that link in the chat there. I forgot to do that earlier, but yeah, that's what's happening, man. Right here on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what's up. Let me where is my I always do this to myself. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna put my link in to the Painful Excellence podcast. Adult conversations, real life situations discussed with class. It is not a boxing channel. We put in work over there though. You know what I mean? And we talk about real life issues. You know, it's adult. It's a dope conversation. So, you know, y'all make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe over there. Much love, appreciation, everybody in Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, Super Chats, man. I love y'all, man. Y'all make the show. Listen, we love boxing, but boxing don't love us. And we got to hold everybody accountable, y'all, because this is some frack-a-lack-a bull. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody. Salute to my haters. I know y'all mad. Canelo a bitch. He can't beat no Charlo, no Andre, no Benavidez. Prove me wrong. Don't talk to me. Talk to him. Do not talk to me. Talk to him.
The walls is closing in on him too now.
Yep.
It's like you got even more talent that's added to the mix, because as of late we've been talking about Morrell. Morrell is there waiting. You
It's a
understand?
problem. How about this?
Janibek.
Yo, bro.
Got it.
That's what I might ask tomorrow. Should Canelo just retire? You know what? That's what I'm talking about tomorrow morning. Be back here at 9:30 a.m. tomorrow morning. Should Canelo just retire? Know what I mean? Don't get mad. Don't get mad.
You said that you believe you won the fight now. During the fight, was there any point in which you thought you might be behind on the scorecards? No. You said that you believe you won the fight now. During the fight, was there any point in which you thought you might be behind on the scorecards? No. No. No.
No. What will you do tomorrow?
Play golf, I think.
Emotional damage.
Oh man. Salute to the Reg gang. And a big old salute to my stalkers.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
Should Canelo retire? More on him tomorrow in the AM. Salute, y'all. Much love and appreciation. Bronx on deck. More!